You're listening to Two Chunks and a Hunk. Movie musings for mostly everyone. Welcome to Two Chunks and a Hunk. My name is Jordan Wonders, and this week I'm your chunk.
I'm Doge, and Spike has had his brain evolved to higher intelligence. Ignatius, do you know what the square root of 36,481 is? Iggy, what are you talking about? Spike. Hunk.
I'm Carter, and I've been listening to the Hunks all my life.
You've been listening to the what?
The chunks. Ooh, didn't mean to take that from you. Why are you the hunk? I'm not. I'm just a simple chunk.
I was born.
All right.
Happy
and
birthday.
Today we're going to talk about...
You were born. It's also the 400th episode of Two Chunks here on this special day, just for Doge. We
Doge was
planned
born
this
on release day,
5
not
years ago.
recording day, just to be clear.
Born on release day.
This episode.
Married on Tuesday, died on Sunday.
Which is still our 400th episode.
Very good.
What, Tuesday is? Release day?
Yeah.
Yeah, 400, baby.
There it is.
What's your guys' favorite one?
All of them?
This one.
No, the favorite moment. Sorry. What's your favorite minute? I need the episode number and the timestamp, please.
Probably episode 233. Timestamp 1436.
Episode 233, timestamp 1436. Through the power of editing, we're going to put that little clip in right here. And just know that that's Carter's favorite moment of our whole show.
Yep. It lasts 17 seconds.
Yep.
Can't wait.
Us.
Yeah. Walk us through it.
Pick the door.
Come on,
It's also
Katie.
Let's Make a Deal, probably. But
something that's going to help us tremendously, you guys. But I'm calling on a friend here. I feel like it's the 44th movie. I feel like he's going to say it, and we're going to be like,
What a bad way to start an episode.
Yeah, no, I have no idea what that clip's going to be.
what if it's great? I bet it's great. It's got to be.
It's us. I mean, how could it be bad?
We're not ever not great. You know what I'm saying?
We have officially begun our Video James series.
Video
Yes.
James.
Video James.
My name is Video James.
How many times is that song going to make an appearance on our show?
Dude, it's
over the
it's
last
frequent
6
right
weeks.
I guess it's up to me.
Now, we let you, our dear, dear listeners, vote on which movies would appear in this series. And I'll tell you this. There was only one I cared about.
Well,
The
you
rest
can't
I could
say
take
that.
or leave.
We've got 4 more weeks of this. You got to let people know you care.
I mean, only one that was like, I need this one to sit there.
This is the only episode I'll be doing this whole series.
There was one
Far
movie
Cry.
that I felt had to make it in to this list. And I'll tell you, it just scraped by. And that movie is the movie we are talking about.
We really scraped the bottom of the pipe with this one.
Been listening to the pipes my whole life.
That is the movie that we are talking about today. And it is
Super Mario Bros.
Oh, you went Brothers.
Yeah.
Ooh, the full name, the legal name.
I had the extended cut, so.
That's true.
Oh, that's right. That's true.
That's true. So let's get a synopsis and then let's talk about how we watched this. Doge, synopsify me.
I can't wait. What is this movie about, Doge? Tell us. Do tell.
This week's synopsis is written by Anthony Pereira.
You just gave up on the last name? What was it?
Pereira? P-E-R-E-Y-R-A. Pereira.
I thought you just like trailed out. Anthony Pereira.
Anthony Pereira. Anthony writes, "This is the story of 2 hardworking Italian plumber brothers named Mario and Luigi Mario, who befriends a young paleontologist named Daisy. She uncovers a massive find of mysterious new dinosaur bones. While exploring the tunnels where dinosaur fossils lay, saboteurs hired by the Mario Bros. Rival businessman Anthony Scapelli to break some underground pipes. Meanwhile, in a hidden world called Dino Hatton, King Koopa's land is running out of water and going through problems. So he sends Spike and Iggy to kidnap Daisy. Now the Super Mario Bros. Find themselves the only hope to save the Earth from an invasion, then challenge a diabolical lizard king, and they must battle giant reptilian Goombas, outwit misfit thugs, and undermine sinister scheme by taking over the world.
Synopsis kind of fell apart there at the end.
A little bit.
Yeah, we had trouble.
Grammar, I hardly know her.
That's okay, though. How did we watch this?
So Doge
movie?
and I took the same method. So this is very difficult to find. You can't rent it or stream it anywhere.
Nintendo was trying to kill it.
Yes,
Alan Silvestri's soundtrack to this movie, which is actually pretty good, and it's pretty shocking they got Silvestri, has been banned for sale everywhere. Like secondhand marketplaces like Discogs, it's illegal to sell this. It was only ever released on CD as part of a 2-pack of like some songs from this movie and some songs from another movie. I don't remember what the other Silvestri movie is, but everybody involved in this has tried to bury its existence completely, which made me want to take the route that I took even more.
I'm proud of you
it's
guys.
the Barbra Streisand effect.
Yes. Yep. So Jordan, do you want to tell folks exactly what we had to do for this one?
We bought it on DVD. I own this movie on physical DVD now.
I bought it on DVD for $3 next day delivery on Amazon.
$3 Prime shipping, no extra cost. It's beautiful. I would recommend you do that because it's amazing.
Yes, absolutely buy it. What are you going to do with $4? Go get a 4 for $4 at Wendy's? Get this instead.
Ooh, see, don't make it that hard.
Carter, how'd you watch?
I had to watch it the evening that the polls closed. So that meant I could not buy the DVD. And I wasn't even about to go try and pick it up in person from some place that still sells DVDs because I guarantee they probably didn't have this. So I found this in the archives. You can just go online. There's movie archives. And there were several articles that gave the link to watch this in archives. Now, here's the interesting thing about it. These guys sat through about an hour and 40 minutes, I think, of a movie, whereas I sat through about 2 hours and 5 minutes of a movie because it was the extended cut and there was 20 extra minutes.
I heard they took a lot from the appendices of Return of the King to make that extended cut.
Very much so. At one point, Koopa says, "I am no man."
Yeah.
I'm
a lizard king.
I'm a lizard king. I can very distinctly tell you what the cutscenes were because they were not edited. Sound edited, video edited. And so as these moments come up, as best I can, I tried to write down many of these so as to share you things that are worth having. So I'm kind of our inside
I love that
guy.
Carter watched
here for the Super Mario Brothers.
Grunge bootleg cut of the Super Mario Bros.
I sure did. I sure did.
Had either of you seen this movie before?
Yes.
Okay.
No.
I grew up renting this from Blockbuster and watching it whenever it was on TV. So I've seen this quite a few times.
I had never seen this. I'd heard rumors of it, of its quality, but
I think as a kid,
I can't. I've got to let the cat out of the bag.
Hold on now.
He's clawing and meowing. I can't podcast anymore without letting you guys know.
Well, then let me podcast.
Go ahead,
for a second.
Go ahead.
I think as a kid, any movie tangentially related to a video game I cared about was enough to power through anything. As an adult, my guess is I share the same sentiment that Doge is about to share. Please podcast.
This is the most fun I've had watching a movie for the podcast in like maybe a year.
I enjoyed every second of this terrible.
This was so much fun to me. This is the most perplexing movie that I've ever seen in my entire life. A group of adults, more than one person, a group of adults, a team of people made this and said, that's That's what it is. I did this on purpose.
It
Like
is
even
atrocious.
Yeah. Even Cutthroat Island, right? It's like working with something. Like
Sure,
there's some things
sure.
that are like semi-believable in the pirate world, but why is this a Mario? Why is this a Super Mario
This would
movie?
be like if I
my
told
gosh.
you that I was about to make. Like, imagine if I was like, I'm making a Zelda movie, and it's a high school prom story.
Yeah.
It's like, wait, why is it a Zelda movie? It's like, because their names are Link and Zelda, and he owns a sword and wears green. Okay, great. Sounds good. It's got nothing to do with Mario.
They like Google searched images of Mario characters, and that's the only lore that they looked up.
Can I super pump right now?
Dude, yeah, sure, whatever
You can't
want.
hold it back.
I can't. Guys, this is going to be, if it was up to me, this would be a 30-minute episode because I have so much good to say about this and very, very little truly negative to say about this. My super pump for Super Mario Bros. Is the world building.
Okay.
This is a Herculean effort because the Mario games are kind of just a mishmash of stuff. Why are they plumbers? Because they are.
Yeah.
Why are they the Mushroom Kingdom? Why are they people? Why are they people?
No one's clamoring to know that, too. That's what's so funny. Nobody cares.
They answered this question that nobody's asking, and
Nobody
like
cares.
this is a pretty monumental, and I mean it holds together. It is a way that it could make sense, and like, it's about the wildest thing I can think of. But I feel like we need to like probably for this episode. I don't imagine most folks have seen this, and it is impossible to stream, so almost nobody has watched it to listen to this episode.
You can watch it for free if you want.
In this movie, Bowser and King Koopa and all the like non-human things from Mario come from a parallel dimension where dinosaurs evolved into humans instead of apes evolved into humans. And it's this, I don't know why that's the way they decided to do it, but it's so good.
Dennis Hopper walks around with his arms close to his chest because
Like
it used to be a T-Rex.
Like a T-Rex. Yes. He went all in, didn't he? Dude,
I
that's
like
all that all in is.
Everyone.
Every single person.
Every single
Yes.
person. I know they were all miserable and hated this movie. I don't care.
I don't hate it. I wasn't
person
miserable.
in this movie went full tilt. Everything they have.
Like, what else do you do? Like,
exactly. I don't know. I'm going to super dump now to get it out of the way
Oh no. What? But what though?
because I like literally everything else about this movie. I don't like the vibe of the scene with Koopa and Daisy. It yucks me out.
Ew. Yes,
Oh, yeah.
dude.
Yeah,
it's
no,
not
that's pretty gross.
appropriate.
It's
pretty
longer,
gross.
by the way.
Oh no, is it really?
Oh no.
Yeah.
Ugh. Yeah, I can't abide that. So that's my super dump because it's bad.
Yeah, that's my super dump too. It's just so gross.
Yeah.
It's so nasty. There's so many cut scenes. There's multiple scenes that were cut that were about 6 seconds long of just men up downing Daisy, like just looking at like below the waist and like looking back
glad
up.
They cut all that out at least.
They cut
Yeah.
the slimy Scalani, what's his name? The plum
Scapelli.
leader. Scapelli, who's I guess they're kind of also they came out of nowhere.
Yeah.
The Scapellis, why do you need a rival plumbers?
Because
Oh,
of
my God.
course you do.
Here's the thing.
The fact that in this script Mario saves the day by plumbing makes
That's
so
one
much
of my highlights.
that
Yeah,
makes
that's
so
one of
much
my
more
highlights.
sense for a plumber character than anything Mario ever does in a video game.
The
I
fact
kept a
that their
column
last
of-
name is Mario.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
really great.
I kept a column of things that were all completely new to me, which this whole movie has nothing to do with Mario
Yeah.
and everything to do with Mario. I had a column of the things that are what made it so bad and the column of things that made it good.
Sure.
And it's tough. My good things were actual plumbing is what I wrote.
Mhm.
Or actually plumbing.
Yeah.
and Mario and Luigi Mario.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's we also have to explain why they're the Mario brothers. Oh, his name's Mario.
Oh my gosh.
Here's the conflict wrapped up in one quote.
How many Marios are there? 3 Marios. You got Mario, and Luigi Mario.
Yeah. That was really funny. Here's a quote to wrap up the conflict I have about this movie of like the things that made it awful were the things that made it great.
Sure.
But alongside how gross, like in terms of like just nasty masculinity that was in this, the line, you know what I love about mud? It's clean and dirty at the same time. I was like, this makes no sense in any context. But I know for sure you wanted this to be like a pickup line or something. Like you wanted to express your sexual urges while you were in the mud. Like that was such a no-no. It's clean and dirty at the same time.
What on earth?
Makes no sense.
And the person he's saying that to,
no sense at
Lena,
all.
is Aunt Petunia from Harry
she's
Potter.
Wild. She's wild.
Yeah.
And her hair, I guess, is made of bones.
At one point when they're about to careen off the edge of the cliff into the Kupahari Desert, and Luigi says, hit the brakes. And Mario says, there are no brakes. He slammed the brakes 30 seconds before he says that.
Yeah.
There are definitely brakes in that car.
This feels like, and I mean, it's the Seinfeld effect a little bit, but this feels like the kind of like parody things that back 10, 15 years ago that College Humor would have created. You know what I mean?
For sure.
Like this script makes absolutely no sense, but except it actually all does make sense. It's just bad. You know what I mean? Like it feels like it was written by somebody who had never played Mario, like didn't know anything about Mario. They were like, what's his deal? He fights this kind of dinosaur thing and he's a plumber and his brother's named Luigi, but they're also called the Super Mario Bros.
Got it. Let's
and
run
there's
with it.
and there's a Babam. And sometimes he eats mushrooms.
There is
What a wild, like complete invention of so much stuff. Like I think that's what I'm saying is like they like have taken a couple of things from the game, and then created this whole backdrop for them to sit in where they're terrible. It's terrible choices, but they all make sense and work within this totally strange world that's been created.
This brought to light to me such an interesting thing. Like it is such a high wire act to try and create something, and then also like creativity can go really well or really bad. There's a lot of decisions made about this movie that because it's so bad, everything feels dumb. Like why are all of the cars kind of like bumper cars in terms of like they run on some kind of electrical current that's
Is it
connected?
because they're go-karts?
So that's what I was wondering, if it
reference?
was supposed to be a Mario Kart reference.
But that's the thing is like, if this was kind of done like legitimately well, that's fun. That's, how smart, how clever. But because it's all so bad, any kind of wink they've tried to have to the actual game is ridiculous.
Yes, 100% correct.
But it's funny to me how it's just teetering. There's something so close about that. I can't think of a movie right now, but there's got to be a movie that's like, oh, that's clever. We never knew about this world, but now we do. Oh, I mean, anything like Inside Out, right?
Sure.
We all have minds, but then we got to go inside with not much content originally from here and just create a world based off of things that we've experienced, right?
Yeah.
Mario was trying to do the same thing.
Sure.
Not good.
So if this movie were made today with the same intention that it was made in 93, I genuinely think it would be the kind of thing where it's like Mario kicks down a door and cocks a shotgun and is like, "It's a me, Mario." And I think it's supposed to be kind of gritty and
pretty like schlocky.
Yeah. But they swung and missed so hard that they spun a full 360 and still hit the ball on the other side on accident.
Sure. They tried to hit a home run and accidentally did a perfect pirouette.
It was an inside. No. Okay. Do y'all know what an inside the park home run is?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. That's what this is.
Right.
Everybody's just missing the throws. We can't get it to home, and they score anyways.
Yep. Absolutely.
But it is. I think what makes it so perfectly bad is I don't think we ever can understand what the intention of making this movie was.
Right.
I don't think we ever know why they did it. Because if they had decided to laugh at themselves and say, like, what if we just turned the Mario Brothers into this gritty, closer
Gritty
to like
almost feels like the wrong word too, doesn't it?
I know,
It's
that's
like-
what I'm saying. It's like I immediately saw every direction they could have gone.
Yes.
And they just stuck in the middle and chose nothing, and that was the best decision they could have made.
Yeah. Because if they tried, this would be bad.
Yes.
It wouldn't be fun to watch if they were trying.
Yes.
And so there's something about
Rampage-
the like give up, let's just make a movie with Mario in the title that makes this so funny.
Yep. Rampage is a movie that I had hoped would make it, but I kind of knew it wouldn't. But I don't know if y'all have
It's because
seen
it's The
it or
Rock.
not.
It's because you love The Rock.
Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson's Rampage. But here was another like just simple game that probably came out around the same time. And you're like, we don't need to know why King Kong and Godzilla are punching skyscrapers, but they try and explain it in Rampage. And that's an example of they knew what they were doing and that wasn't the right thing to do.
Sure.
Yeah.
I kind of have a sense. Well, the movies that made our series are generally pretty positively reviewed. I think we're gonna have a good time watching this. And the ones that didn't make our series are the ones that it's like, no, you tried very hard to make a video game movie. I don't know if there's like.
This is why The Witcher stands out. When I was looking up, as we were all, and y'all might have done the same, when we were trying to put our big list together of what people could vote on, we decided to kind of go exhaustive. Let's just put everything out there, which really only ended up being about 30 video game-ish movies. Probably 45 if you count, all the sequels, which we didn't do. But any of these lists that was like ranked by rating, really the 2 or 3 movies that show up at the end of our series here are the only ones that have ever been positive, ever, of a video game movie. So that's why The Witcher completely stands out to me right now, too. Is because now we've got all this heat because it's like, but again, I think y'all said
it's
this.
based on a book. That's why it stands out when we look at
so
it
I think
in comparison.
I think that's why it helps.
I still have high hopes for the Last of Us show. I still think it's going to be good.
Yeah. It's Pedro
It's already
Pascal.
telling a story. Yeah.
Pedro Pascal has, over the past 3 years, decided I would actually like to be in everything, please. Put me in every
down
single
for
thing.
Yeah. That's fine with me.
for that.
But the guy from Craig Mazin, I think is his name, from Chernobyl, is the showrunner for that. And so I think that'll be good. I think that will be set up real nice and tight for that.
If it's bad, I hope it's Super Mario Bros. Kind of bad.
Sure. I want to talk about what almost was my super pump. It's not my super pump, but man, it was close. The Goombas are
What
the
on
best.
earth?
They don't even look like Goombas.
Not at all.
No. Their
What on
tiny heads on top of their giant bodies are terrifying to look at, and I hate them.
I'm
and I
telling
love them
you,
so much.
Somebody was like, okay, Bowser's the bad guy. King Koopa's the bad guy. What does he got? And they're like, well, he's got like these Goombas that like do stuff for him. And they try to hurt Mario. And the person's like, that's all I need to know. Got it.
Yep,
Wait,
got
what?
it. The scene of them dancing at the end, the callback to the dance when they start to play that song again and they're all just dancing. I love these Goombas.
Yeah.
I love these Goombas. Specifically Toad, who is just like a stoner musician in this, who gets turned into a Goomba with a
Super
harmonica
Pump.
around his neck. Wait, what? Really?
Super Pump. Toad. Yes. Are you kidding me? Toad is just some back alley harmonica playing. Like, what? This is the most ridiculous thing. And I know there's a lot of ridiculous, but they're like, you know what? He's kind of like a narrator. Let's just have him sing things for people. What on earth?
Toad the Bard.
And here's the thing. They tried to give him at least some kind of distinguishing design to have us be like, oh, it does look like Toad by this haircut. But this is a culmination. This is the drip, the filtered drip of they have no idea what they're doing.
Yeah.
It doesn't even look, Toad does not have a swirl. There's no swirl
swirls
on Toad. You should have just did big dots in his hair. Make him losing his hair. He's a vagrant already. Just have him just being like losing his hair and Chris Rock comes in and makes some awful comment about it and then we have a fight.
There it is.
And then they said, you know what? A lot of these Goombas look alike. Let's make sure that once we de-evolve this one, give him his harmonica back.
But he's also, he has the goofiest smile as a Goomba as well. It's like,
oh. And I super pumped because when he was being neglected in his Goomba form, I actually was sad.
I know, when he got lit on fire.
Yeah.
And then this is when I just shook my fist at the makers of this movie. It's like, you sons, you actually made me like this person that I hated the most. And so that's a super pump is Toad. This is so dumb. We get in our chicken coop prison cells, and evidently 2 of the prisoners get to just be out, just hanging off of the cage in certain situations. And Toad is just there, dude. Toad is just there. And he's kind of a through line, and he has the biggest story arc of everybody. He doesn't even get saved. He stays dumb. Like, he doesn't even get to go back to being Toad.
They can't
we didn't have any kind of reversal of fate. You can't re-evolve him. Yeah, you can, dude. There's a machine. Why didn't we just bring these guys back? We left them in the state of being miserable.
But the king, the old king, Daisy's dad, turned from a booger back to a man. Because why? Because he did.
Because he's just goo.
It's tough to look at that.
What?
That living uvula.
Yeah.
It's not
good.
good.
No, it's gross.
It's not good to see.
That's very nasty.
With mine eyes, it's not good to see. I don't like it.
When we talk about the Goombas dancing at the end, this like puppet, this is what made this movie feel 80s. Because I just needed David Bowie to come in.
Yes.
With just the biggest crotch and sing us a song.
Yes.
And it was just like, it was so ridiculous.
Speaking of interesting puppets, it's a pretty severe whiplash from the dinosaurs in Jurassic Park last week to Yoshi this week, huh?
I didn't think Yoshi was that bad, honestly.
He didn't look that bad.
Yoshi was pretty good, actually. So maybe it wasn't whiplash. Maybe it was just also exactly the same amount as good.
Yeah,
this is the same year as Jurassic Park?
It's amazing.
Yeah, I love that. It was a big year. I'm telling you, it's a big year for dinosaurs.
Here's the difference. Though. I know we can't really tell the difference between Jurassic Park and Mario Brothers.
Yeah.
Okay, help me.
The difference is about $1 billion. This movie lost $15 million back when we did Blockbusted. Super Mario Brothers was considered. I don't know if y'all remember that.
Mm-hmm.
Because it did end up showing up on those lists, but we ultimately decided we were going to decide the movies that lost the most money were going to make that list. And it didn't comparatively, because I think it probably had enough heat in the first weekend because it was Mario Brothers.
Because it's Mario, exactly.
I think people got tricked. And so it lost money still, but not a lot.
Dude, if Nintendo would lean into this,
I know.
I think it could be I think it could be like a for real moneymaker for them. Again, it's another example. I mean, I can get on my soapbox about Nintendo not understanding what consumers want, at least American consumers here in the West. But like, if Nintendo would lean into this and be like, hey, guess what? In a new update to Smash, one of the alternate costumes you can pick for Mario is Mario from this movie.
Right.
And like fully embrace that this happened and it sucks, but it's amazing.
Nintendo as a company is obsessively embarrassed by failure.
Yes, completely. Yep.
And fully willing to bury any mistake ever made.
Yeah.
Like the animated Link, the animated Mario and Zelda TV shows.
Yes. Gone.
They're gone. They don't exist anymore. Yeah.
Like it's still expected December 21st of this year, but they're expected to this Illumination Super Mario project.
Chris Pratt as Mario. Yep.
I'm actually on board with all
by
casting except Chris Pratt as Mario.
Me too.
Yeah.
Jack Black as Bowser is going to be very fun.
Yeah, that's a 10. That's
it's
going to be
Anya Taylor-Joy is Peach. It's a
amazing.
lot of fun.
Peach isn't even in this movie, which is funny.
That's pretty shocking.
But here's the thing. We do have to go to shout announcements, but I still have plenty of thoughts about this movie. So stick around.
What Jordan will say next will shock you.
Number 10 will shock you.
Doctors hate him.
They do, though.
Your body and health is too bad. Please leave.
Get out. You're embarrassing me. I can't fix you. My name will be sullied. Welcome to Shout Announcements. It's the part where we do it. And here's the thing. Next week, We have the fourth place voted, most fourth place voted movie of the Video Games series. And it's Prince of Persia. And it is starring Jacob Gyllenhaal.
Don't do it, Prince. The sand is almost run out.
I bet that line's in there. Yeah. I
was just taking a shot. I've never seen it. Yeah,
this.
I'm just taking a shot. Yeah.
I've never seen it, nor have I played a Prince of Persia game.
I wasn't allowed to play Prince of Persia when I was a kid because apparently that's a nickname for the devil.
Ooh.
I don't know. That's what I.
What if
I got Pokemon
actually
taken away for 6 months because they evolved? So I mean,
what if the movie is Satan Origins?
The opening credits is like, pleased to meet you. Hope you get my name. Love Prince of Persia. I can't wait to see it for the first time. You can stop time, but you can't stop love. I think that's in there too, probably.
Yeah, probably.
Sorry.
Yeah, probably.
I hate sand. It's coarse and rough and gets everywhere. I bet that's in there.
I bet he's like, sand is turning into mud because of all this purple rain.
I bet he's like, we have to stop this because I'm the Prince of Persia, Sands of Time. And then he looks directly into the camera.
The moment when he gets stabbed, he's like,
Listen, and all that funny stuff we've said is just a small reason why you should leave us a rating and a review. iTunes, Spotify, it does not matter which to us. We just want you to loudly and proudly tell people that you like our show. And if you don't like our show,
let them know.
Keep it to yourself. Hide it under a bushel.
Hide it under a bushel. Oh, it's my turn.
I laughed so hard.
Sorry, I'm still trying to think of him as the actual Prince. For Patreon, we've got it. For Patreon, we've got the $3 tier and the $5 tier. Either of those gave you an extra vote for this video game series. So you have control over the next month. And you can have it again. We're probably going to do that again at some point this year, I do believe. And you'll get those extra episodes, which there are many. On the $5 tier, that's the best bang for your buck, honestly. Not even doubling from that first tier, and you get to be a part of this community that has been, honestly, a highlight for me in terms of communities that I have in my life. It's kind of fun to have this good handful of people together to talk about movies and talk about all things.
I think it used to be a highlight for me until people on Discord were like, actually, everything you said about Spring Delirium is wrong, and here's why.
I like it when they try and swing in.
Flipped on its head.
It's fun. I like the discussion because
I only want people in Discord who are going to tell me that I'm smart, that I did a good job on my podcast.
Well, that's most of Discord anyway, is telling Doge how smart and good he is. So
right. So fun. I don't like it when it's not that. I think I'm going to delete the app.
I'm used to the abuse and the lack of care, so it's okay.
Well, back to the show.
Chunkies, are you looking to make high-quality professional live streams? Are you looking to do that very easily and quickly?
Obviously.
Perhaps.
Obviously. Yes,
I think we all want that. Well, I have good news. Our show this week is sponsored in part by Melon, which allows you to do just that in under 15 seconds. It streams to any of the streaming platforms, and you can bring guests on in one click. You don't have to sign up. You don't have to download anything. Works for anybody making video content, whether it's live or whether it's pre-recorded and you're uploading it at another time. Tons of brand options to help you stand out, and make
stand out. I think you stand out with it.
Cash. Fastest growing live streaming product right now, Melon.
And you can go live in just those 5 kicks and clicks. We've got stands and stands. We've got kicks and clicks. So it's multi-stream. You can do Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, all that stuff all at once. Cloud-based. So our servers do all the work. As in, speaking on behalf of Melon, we've got the full HD.
We're part of their team now.
We're part of the Melon family.
I put their name on my business card. Should I not have done that?
1080p so they can see all the pores of that melon. And then it's unlimited customization like Jordan already talked about. Overlays, backgrounds, brand colors. And then there's donations. Do you want to earn income and be rich in a new tax bracket like your chunkies, like your chunk boys, like your pod boys are? You can do that with Melon. Take 0% of those fees, by the way. All that money is going straight into your pockets if you have them on that day.
Melon's easy to set up, intuitive UI, easy in-studio navigation, nothing to install, and it will record locally onto your hard drive. You can get separate video and audio tracks for each participant if you're, I don't know, maybe cutting a podcast episode together after you record. This is a great opportunity to do that. And listen, we've talked before about how easy Melon is. It's super duper easy, but should you get stuck, they have real people there, ready to help you at any point. Real humans who love you, who are proud of you, who will help you with any melon problems you've got. And if for some reason you don't want to talk to a real human, which I get it, some people don't want to do that, they also have written video and audio guides.
If this sounds like something that's right up your alley and you're interested, I have good news. Melon has partnered with Lil Old Us to set up an awesome free trial for our dear chunky listeners. And if you want to take part in that free trial, you're going to go to melonapp.com/chunky. That's melonapp.com/CHUNKY to get started for free today. melonapp.com/chunky.
Melon, show people your melon via live stream.
Here goes.
I'm going to super pump now.
Oh, yay.
Ooh.
My super pump for 1993's Super Mario Bros. It's not hands, it's not arms, it's not fingers, it's not neck or head. It's legs. Johnny Legs, to be specific. John
Yes. Oh my goodness.
Leguizamo
Yes.
is the best part of this movie.
Absolutely.
Hands
Absolutely.
down. John Leguizamo as Luigi is an inspiration. He is a vision. He is perfect.
Dude, that is excellent casting.
It's such good casting.
That is absolutely excellent casting.
Why didn't we get a mustache, though?
I know.
Super dump.
I do
That's
wish-
my super dump.
No. You liar.
No, that's my super dump.
Are you for real?
He should have had a mustache.
Oh, this movie is amazing. Dude, Johnny Leguizamo is so funny. We've made several references. I don't remember if they were on air or not. But
I think that was
when
Mini
he's
Monday.
in the car and he's like, Mario's like, how'd you learn how to do that? Honorable mention goes to Bob Hoskins as well, who is just absolutely
Bob
crushing.
Hoskins,
He gave it, man.
their
He gave it.
relationship was almost my super pump.
Yeah.
Of them together.
Yeah.
I love them together so much. And like, I genuinely felt emotional things when Bob Hoskins was like, if I use my, or no, it was, I don't remember who said it because ultimately it doesn't matter.
Sure.
One of the Mario Bros says to the other Mario Bro, this sounds like it's a bad joke. One of the Mario Bros says to the other Mario Bro, if I help you up, I'm going to be an only child. I was like, aw,
High
they
five
love
you.
each other.
I would
Yeah.
high five you right now, but then you'd be an only child.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so sweet. They
Dude,
love each other.
They're not even related, though, I don't think, right?
No, I think
No.
Are they?
No way. No.
No, they're not.
They're not related.
He raised him.
Mario raised Luigi. Mario found
Luigi doesn't know his parents.
Yeah. Mario
I
found
thought-
Luigi and raised him.
I thought that they were saying that their parents died when Luigi was young, so Mario finished raising him. I thought they were actual brothers.
I don't think so. I think Luigi was an
No.
orphan and Mario was like, you're my orphan
Oh, all
now.
right. Yeah, that's fine. That's cool. That's cool. I'm cool either way. That's fine. So yeah, Bob Hoskins is killing it. And in the car, when Luigi like hacks the cop car, and Bob Hoskins is Mario is like, how'd you know how to do that? And Luigi says, probably because I've been sitting on my butt playing video games all day. That's why.
Like we also only made them the accents what makes
Yes.
this because we make them Italian but not
Italian
Like, we make
by way
them,
of Brooklyn.
Yeah, they are Brooklyn Italian. It's more Brooklyn than it is Italian.
Oh my
Let's go.
goodness.
Like never happened.
Probably
like,
because
it
I've been
never
sitting on
sounds
my
like
butt
Mar-
playing video games all day. That's
play
why.
video games all day. That's probably why.
It's so
oh
good.
my gosh. So Jordan, it makes me
want you to see the archive because there's a lot of Luigi character building that gets cut.
Dang.
He is fascinated with time travel.
Yeah, good. Yeah, perfect.
When they're in their plumbing van early, that's when we first get a taste of it because he's letting Mario know that he had read something about like if you go fast enough, you can warp to other sides of the world. And so he's like, I'm speeding up so that we can get to China. And Mario's like, what are you talking about? You can't go to, it's just like, yeah, you miss a little bit of the Luigi story getting cut out.
Dude, it's that kind of stuff. The like, they didn't have to have Luigi love things like the Twilight Zone or whatever that thing is that he's watching. That's like,
because you got to be able to explain why they go to other worlds.
Yeah, right.
They didn't have to have Luigi repeatedly be like, I don't know, Mario, I got an intuition.
I got a feeling.
Like,
here's the thing.
But it's so like
level 1.
It's actually good. It actually works.
Yes. Level 1 of the video game of Mario. There's floating blocks. There's weird Goombas looking things in pipes. No one ever said,
why?
Wait, is this America?
Right?
Like nobody ever wondered if this was
because it's pretty clearly Dino Hatton.
Yeah, sure. It's Dino.
I think if you play it.
The Luigi moment where I fall in love with him.
Wow.
The Luigi moment where I fall in love with him is when he's on his date with Daisy. And she tells him about discovering dinosaur bones. And he's like, there were dinosaurs in Brooklyn.
You're trying to tell me, wait, what? There were dinosaurs in Brooklyn?
There were dinosaurs in Brooklyn.
He's so excited.
John Leguizamo is giving me Anthony Ramos vibes 100% in this movie.
Sure, yeah.
Like I'm saying, if it were made today, that's the kind of like.
Nah, I think it's Wahlberg.
No. I think it's like.
I agree
it's
with
less
you.
Of
I agree with
less
you.
of an edge than Wahlberg.
Boston.
It's very
Boston.
Anthony
It's too
Ramos.
Boston.
I think I don't know what's his girlfriend's name? What's Mario's girlfriend's name?
Not Peach.
Right. Daniela.
Daniela.
Yeah.
I think that
They forgot her by the way at one point. Yeah. Oh shoot, that's right. I forgot Danielle.
he didn't know she was there. He
Really?
never found out.
Yeah. I thought they knew.
She got kidnapped the same night that they fixed the pipes. So he never knew she was there. So that's when she's like, what about Danielle? He's like, oh, I was supposed to take her to WrestleMania.
Yeah.
It's so stupid. Oh my goodness.
I think you couldn't write a funnier movie if you tried to make it a comedy.
Yeah, correct.
Guys,
and Bob Hoskins and John Leguizamo hated every minute of this. And I think I was reading that they bonded, like commiserated together over how much they hated this. And so I think that comes across in their chemistry, that they accidentally created a really good chemistry together.
Yes.
Yeah. They don't, and sorry about popcorning a little bit all over the place, but
it's Super Mario
They wrote
Bros.
it that way. We did not. There was the very first scene. The very first thing I wrote was baby worshipped born of stone egg. Like the very first scene we saw made this feel like it's going to be some kind of religion. Like some kind of, like we knew they were coming. But this was from Brooklyn, right?
Yeah.
Like she launches into Brooklyn and so there's nuns or something praying over the birth of this child. We never talk about
those
it again.
nuns are so cool with the reptilian baby
Was Daisy
being born.
Is Daisy the one that came from the egg?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, because she
So
was
we
she was
never get
hidden
that
away in our world because King Koopa had just turned her dad into goo.
So is the idea that the baby next to her, if Luigi was abandoned, is he the baby that was next to her at the church?
What baby was next
There's
to
a
her at the
human
church?
baby next to the egg. Is that her?
No, that's her. She
That's
hatched
her.
out of the egg.
Yeah.
Okay.
She hatched out of the egg.
I spent a lot of time in this movie being like, so was that a Yoshi? Is there a Yoshi just running around in there? Also, they say
don't talk
Yoshi,
about,
like, of course it makes sense. He's like, it's a little dino, Yoshi. And he's like, yeah, sure. Okay. Yeah, it's Yoshi.
Obviously.
Did y'all think that like Koopa took over and the old king was Bowser?
No.
No, Koopa, King
You never
Koopa
thought
is
that?
what they call Bowser in Japan. They call him King Koopa.
Oh.
Yeah.
So that is Bowser. King Koopa is Bowser. That's this movie.
You could tell, by his hair being sort of spikes.
I know. That's what's
when
so funny
he
is
first
like it
starts to devolve, his face is absolutely terrifying.
But then that was kind of expensive, so we didn't keep it on screen for very long.
You can't keep doing it. You can't keep doing it. One of the cut scenes is the very first time we see the devolve machine. I don't remember if there was a name
The
for
Devo
It's
room.
The Devo room, which is where you go to like write in your little book
To
on
whip
like
it?
the mornings at camp.
Whip it real
Yeah.
good.
You get about 30 minutes or so after the lecture.
We made two different jokes.
Two different very good jokes. Congratulations.
Two very
this
good
podcast
jokes.
is free.
Thanks.
So you know how Koopa likes cleanliness,
Sure.
right?
Like
It's one of
mud.
the reasons he loves mud.
Yeah.
Dirty
Yeah.
and clean
Sure,
at the
sure,
same
sure.
time. He's always, Koopa it felt very 2020. But after we devolve our first person, someone who's just there, who was working one of the machines, sneezes. Did y'all see that scene?
No, but we did see the puddle of goo on the floor.
Yep.
Okay. So someone sneezes and he's like, "Oh, you don't see well. Why don't you sit down?" And the guy who just watched someone get devolved by sitting in that chair is shocked to find he gets locked in the chair once he sits down upon Koopa's recommendation. And then he too gets super devolved into the goo.
Mm-hmm.
That was a cutscene.
Sure.
That's foreshadowing for when we turn Dennis Hopper into Flubber at the end of the movie.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Which this is a prequel to Flubber.
Yeah, a lot of people don't know that. A lot of people don't know that. What I was going to say about Daniela is there's something I find weirdly charming about her and Mario's relationship of just like, he's going to come get me. I know he's going to come get me. Like, it's very like, I don't know, man. So much about this movie works absolutely in spite of itself.
I can't believe how much it works
Did we
for me.
completely yoink our ending from Back to the Future? Is that what that is? Is that a complete rip of Back to the Future?
Feels like it, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Daisy coming in and needs them again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We got to go back
Yeah, right.
to Dino Hatton.
Also, it's only been 3 weeks. What went wrong in 3 weeks?
Yeah.
There was a brief moment when I started this. And again, I've seen this movie a bunch of times, but I'd forgotten so much of it. There's a brief moment when I started this movie that I was like, are they about to tell me that Bob Hoskins is supposed to be 20?
I thought that too.
He's supposed to be 20 years old.
It's a hard 20 years. It's a hard 20 years when you're talking to pipes all the day long.
Dude. Been listening to the pipes my whole life. Like, what?
Can we talk about the mattress surfing scene for just a minute?
I laughed so hard,
know.
so loudly. I scared my puppy. He was asleep and I woke him up by laughing
When
so
it
hard.
finishes with the one Goomba using the other Goomba as the surfboard.
Yes. The thing that got me was the complete tonal change from the music. It's like there was no transition at all. It immediately went to like a electric guitar, like surfing song. Oh my goodness.
Wiggity, wiggity, wiggity.
That is the funniest possible thing that could be in this movie.
Yeah. But isn't
It really
everything the
is.
funniest possible thing that could be in this
Yes.
movie?
Thinking about, like, Jordan, you said there were a lot of things that you had forgotten. But this does feel like a dream, does
Yes.
it not? Like, watching this movie, there's already things that when I do remember them, it's visceral. I'm like, oh, I can't believe I haven't thought of that in a while. You know, like our guys who are really smart now, Spike and
Iggy, I believe.
Yeah.
Iggy. When Iggy and Spike
Fisher
become
Stevens
really, really
I know.
and the
Yeah,
car
dude, what
park
on
attendant
earth?
from Ferris Bueller's
From
Day Off.
Ferris Bueller?
wow. Yeah, when they become super smart, only to just kind of wreck the little car they had. Like they never really become better. But then they have a change. Did y'all see? So everybody do the dinosaur
Yes,
song
yeah,
or whatever
yes,
in the
yeah,
club.
Yeah.
Did you see their rap to start
we did
it?
not see their
No.
rap.
That's also a cutscene.
They reference it,
And
though.
they did right. They
Yeah.
do these like big words like they've been doing for a lot of the time. So they're still using that. But their motivation to just start rapping is the fact that they're like, wait a minute, we don't like working for Koopa. And so we just get it all.
Yeah, we
in
missed their
20
turn
seconds.
completely. We missed their turn completely. They're just
they're like,
on
wait a
her
minute,
side.
we
all of
can't
a
be
sudden.
doing this. Yep. And it's still kind of a complete turn.
Yeah, for sure.
So you don't get much more, but they stand up on the table and everyone pays attention to them. And somehow the DJ has the track
for the rap they've just made up. And everyone knows
Lena at one point says to Koopa, like, Iggy and what's his face Spike and Iggy were in the club singing Your Demise. But they don't in the final cut of the movie. But they kept that
they
line.
do in the extended cut.
Do you think
it was great?
Do you think when they were casting and making the show early edition, and they saw that Fisher Stevens had done this 2 years prior, do you think that helped or hurt his chances of getting cast in early edition?
Had to help. Only could have helped. Only could have helped. Having just finished season 3 of Succession a few months back, Fisher Stevens in that versus Fisher Stevens here, it's a pretty big leap. It's a pretty big leap. I can't get over, I'm trying to think of like the perfect metaphor for like the lack of respect to anything Mario in this movie. Like how it's like bullet bills are just CO2 cartridges that let you jump really high in these things.
But he jumps really high, but never ever jumps on top of a Goomba. I was waiting for that. I was like, he's going to jump onto a Goomba's head.
But
of course not.
Of course he won't.
Why would he? Of course he's not
there's
going
not
to.
a single coin. There's not a single shell.
It would be
Their
like-
guns shoot fireballs, which is fun.
It should have been flowers.
That's cool.
That was fun.
It's like if you make a Zelda movie and the Zelda movie is like a high school football and homecoming game story.
Yeah, totally.
And the Master Sword, there's like a brand of butter knives that his mom sells, or a brand of knives like Cutco. It's like Master Sword knives. And Link's mom sells Master Sword knives, and that's the only reference to the game in the whole.
They're
movie.
LARPers.
Yeah.
Right. Zelda's a LARPer, and she's trying to convince Lincoln, who plays on the high school football team,
Mhm, he's a
to
quarterback.
come LARP with her, and Lincoln won't do it. And then finally he decides to miss the championship to go to Zelda's
So
LARP.
it's just High School
like
Musical. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, uh-huh.
Do you feel like at prom they throw in a line of like someone gets to see her for the first time? Maybe even Link says it in terms of like her outfit, and he's like, "Why so chic?"
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Do you think they just
100%.
throw that in?
100%.
He would
Yeah, it's
probably-
dangerous to go alone. Take this.
He
and
would
they're
slip
handing
and
him
fall
the
on the
butter
dance
knife.
floor, and he'd be like,
I think he doesn't talk in the whole movie.
He never says
I think
anything.
he just while he's playing football, when he throws the football, he's like, "Say how."
He's just got 2 crescent rolls on his forehead for his hair. His car's name is Epona. That's already too many references to the game. We've already surpassed the number of references to the game.
No, we can't do
as
that.
Super Mario Brothers. I was terrified.
I thought for sure there'd be piranha plants in the desert.
Oh yeah.
There's no point. There's no point ultimately to be like, wait, this doesn't make
Right.
sense because none of the movie makes sense. But how the first thing you see in Dino Hatton is massive photos or like massive signs and stuff of Koopa.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And so he gets to go undercover, quote unquote, as his own lawyer. Like in there, and they don't recognize it. And then he's like, well, I'm the one you're talking about right now.
Hey,
you
guys.
Crazies.
Hey guys. In this movie, Bowser goes undercover as his own lawyer to pretend to trick Mario and Luigi. Just that sentence in a vacuum, that idea in a vacuum. Someone was paid money to write that idea down, hand it to actors, and have them read it to a camera, and then edit that footage, and then put that footage in the middle of a movie, and then put that movie in a theater.
Nothing about the game Mario gives him the skills to defeat all foes because he's a plumber.
Right.
It's never because he's a plumber. But this movie, because Luigi had the right plumbing tool to pull the crystal
Yes.
from the meteor. Like our big moments were, well, they can only be here. They can only have done this well because they're plumbers.
Exactly. Which is great. Which I love completely.
When the place is when the archaeological site is flooding, and those 2 faux plumbers are running out of the tunnel, like, oh God, we better go. Like,
we've been made.
they don't do anything about it. They just let them go. They're like, oh, you guys.
Maybe I don't know science very good. If reptiles are cold-blooded, shouldn't the cold make them worse?
It's almost like they were trying to be humans. Like when they're looking at
It's like a
bones.
monster trying to be a human.
But like that's why you put heat lamps on lizards, right? Because cold-blooded creatures need warmth.
Is Daisy a paleontologist because she comes from a long line of dino stock and she knows this? Or is she as surprised as we are to find out that she's a dinosaur?
I mean, wait, is she a dinosaur? She has to be.
She is, certainly. Yes, she hatched out of an egg.
That's a good point.
That's
a really
true.
good point.
She's a dinosaur.
Didn't
She's
think
not a
like
human.
that.
She's a dinosaur from Dino Hatton. Does she know this? That doesn't matter.
She knows now. She finds out.
She knows now. But did she become a paleontologist because she was like, the nuns always told me I came out of an egg. I better find out more about my grandparents.
Or maybe it's just one of those things where it's like, I've always felt drawn to the dinosaur bones and I don't feel like I belong in this world. I mean, Koopa even says that. He's like, I know you always felt like you didn't belong in this world.
Yeah.
Let's rate this.
Easy. I already know exactly. Great.
Just real quick, at one point they do come to modern day. The worlds merge. Pretty intense. We just got to make
Lasts
sure.
about
Sure,
20
yeah,
minutes,
I
eight
know.
It's a big
seconds.
point. Yeah, someone's going to be like, well, why didn't you talk about when they came? Well,
Avengers Infinity War, straight up yoinked this effect. When the worlds merge, it looks exactly like Thanos snapped him away.
Yeah.
yep. very
Mario's
much so.
like,
Very much so.
Luigi, I don't feel so good.
Luigi, I don't want to go. Luigi, I don't want to go.
Mr. Luigi. Yeah, I think the reason that Nintendo didn't kind of have any kind of uproar about that is because they didn't want anyone. Someone was like, "Shouldn't we? We need to take credit for that." No, we don't.
No. They
Say
can't know.
no.
They can't know we did it first.
can't know.
Good for them.
No,
Good for
they
them.
can't.
Keep it on the wraps. The scientific cinema scale is perfect. And as follows. The best thing we could ever say about a movie is own it, don't lend it.
Buy that poster.
The next best thing is buy it. That's followed by rent it. And then stream it. After that is forget it. And last but certainly least, the worst thing we could ever say about a movie.
God hath forsaken us. I'm going to go first, and I hate to start on a wet note here. I'm rating, see, that's the face I needed you to make because that's how you're going to feel about my rating. I'm rating this based off of my personal experience. I watched an extended archival cut of this movie, and I think it was worse for me. Like legitimately not worse in a good way. Not worse in a walk through the so horribly CGI'd wall. That's so bad. Anyways, I'm actually renting. I'm just renting this movie.
Okay.
And I know it's such a fun experience, and I wish I got to see the DVD version of what you guys had.
For just
Because
$4,
I
it can
fell
be at your
upon a
house
bad
tomorrow.
experience. It could have been $4.
Free shipping. If you
It would have been a better $4. It probably would have at least moved up the ranks once.
I think you can pay
Maybe.
$36 for the Blu-ray.
Why? What does Blu-ray version of this even look like? I don't know. So I rented.
Fair enough.
I'm gonna buy this movie, and I'm so close to buying the poster. I can't think of a good reason to not buy the poster.
Then why are you buying it?
I'm gonna buy the poster for Super Mario Bros. I can't wait to watch it again. Jess is going out of town this weekend, and I honestly might just throw this on again. Just keep me company when the house is quiet, you know?
Sure. Yeah. I'm buying it. I will watch it again.
How soon? How soon will you watch it again?
I could probably work my way up to it in about a month.
I could do it today. I watched it 2 days ago. I could do it today. Easy. I want to know everything about this movie. I want to buy the Blu-ray because in case there's special features on it. That's like, here's how we made this movie. Here's how we wrote this.
Sure.
I want to know everything about this.
I could do the Catwoman thing with this and just do like a yearly rewatch with some friends.
Exactly. Invite people over. Yeah.
I can
Yes.
do that very easily.
Boy. Wow.
Kind of can't believe I had that much fun watching this, but I really
I can't either. I was
genuinely
I was dreading it. But it was a blast. It was a complete blast. I don't think we'll feel the same way about our movie next week.
did. I don't know. Maybe.
I don't get the so bad it's good vibes from the next one we're doing.
Could be.
Maybe it's so good it's good.
Ooh, maybe. Maybe it's Gyllenhaal does his very good work again.
Maybe it's just regular.
You haven't
good.
seen it, right?
I haven't seen a single
No.
movie other than this one in this whole series.
I'm glad you get to like check this box.
A
for
new
your
Gyllenhaal.
Gyllenhaal love.
How
new
often
Jilly.
do you get a new Gyllenhaal?
Every day, baby. He's always different every time.
Prince of Persia on Flickster on Rotten Tomatoes is 9% higher than Super Mario.
All right,
Brothers.
bring it.
At what? So what's it at? Like 21?
37.
Oh, that's better than I thought.
Not too shabby.
Citizen Kane who?
Not too shabby. So yeah, tune in as we do Prince of Persia: The Sands of Time next week.
We're going to be on an episode of Genre Geeks coming up soon. The Genre Geeks guys lit the bat signal in the sky, not the Batman bat signal, but the
Different
the
kind.
Morbius bat signal. And they said, we're going to undertake this great suffering. Would you undertake this great suffering alongside us and come on our show and talk about the great suffering we endured together? And we said, sure, that sounds like a great time. So we saw Morbius, and we're going to be talking all things Morbius, all things Jared Leto, probably at least some things 30 Seconds to Mars with Genre Geeks here pretty soon. So keep your peepers peeled for that.
I'm actually pretty sure they said pick any movie, and we said, what about this bad
Yeah,
one?
that's actually true. We did. They told us to
I
pick.
think that
and
was
we
technically,
chose
that was
Morbius.
me for sure. Doja and I have this fun thing where we both run the Two Chunks Google account. And so we'll respond. It just responds as two chunks, but it's about half and half.
Yeah.
And I'm like, hey man, you want to take this response? Yeah. You want to take this response? But I think I picked Morbius because the kind of energy, I mean, we're sitting in it. The energy of watching a bad movie.
Yep. And we sat
so
in
we'll
it.
see our opinion about
We
that.
sat in it last night with a movie theater hamburger and a warm beer, and Jared Leto doing all his great acting on the screen in front of us.
Yep.
To end today's episode, I'd like for each of us to say our name and what video game series we would like to get the Super Mario Bros. Treatment.
Yes.
You were talking this specific treatment.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Easy answer for me. Completely easy answer.
For Two Chunks and a Hunk, my name's Jordan Wonders. It's got to be Kingdom Hearts, I think. Let's just both take ourselves seriously and not seriously at all, because if you say that you know that storyline, you are lying to me. You are lying
That's
to
not true.
me. If you're like, I kept up with Kingdom Hearts. No, you didn't. I've played them. I've played and beaten every mainline Kingdom Hearts game. No, you don't. You don't know it.
Well, it's because you didn't play Kingdom Hearts 37.1.
Yeah, I don't do any of those. When I say
Birth
mainline,
by Death of a Dream of a Salesman.
I mean 1, 2, 3. That's all I'm willing to play. If you can't get the story done in your main entries, then I'm not interested.
I'm Doge Turok.
Okay.
Like fully like lean into, let's make it like Dolph Lundgren is 20 again.
Incredible.
Like completely sci-fi original movie this.
Very good.
I would absolutely love that so much. That'd be so much fun.
I'm Carter. Earthworm Jim.
Oh. That's good.
I was between that and Beautiful Joe.
Beautiful
Yes.
Joe. What?
Wow, Carter.
Isn't that wild? Why did those things just flood
That's
in? for me?
amazing.
Wow.
I think it's because we sang the cat dog
Sure.
theme earlier.
So you're mentally
And so in my
7
mind,
again.
It's 2000 in your brain right
I was
now.
just catching all this stuff. Yes.
Jimmy Neutron brain
Having some
blaster.
I'm getting sick on some gushers playing Beautiful Joe.
Sounds like a Friday to me.